record holder for the most yards ever passing in a single game, Rohan Davey. Emmitt Smith joins us in studio.
It's the first time I played in such a place that had that much noise.
Jock, throw a rock and you'll hit a 3-star cornerback in Louisiana.
Well, what a treat it is to be visiting with a trio of LSU baseball stars. We have outfielder Jake Brown, we have shortstop Steven Monster Milam, and in the outfield, Derek Curiel. Guys, thanks so much for taking the time to be with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Well, appreciate you being here, and let's get right to it. I mean, you have a chance this year to do something LSU baseball has never done before, win 3 national championships in 4 years. I know it's a marathon, not a sprint, but just your thoughts on entering this year and what kind of team you have.
Yeah, we're really excited. We have a very versatile team. You know, we have a lot of key returners coming back from last year's national championship team, as well as some new additions out of the portal, freshman class. Really excited. A lot of good things looking forward to.
Yeah, I think we got a really good team this year, and we're gonna make a run for it. And we got a lot of returners coming back, and guys that are gonna step up and make a lot of big moments for us. And we're gonna be a really tough team to beat.
Yeah, I think our pitching staff is loaded. We got guys from freshman to 7th-year senior that can really play ball, guys of all ages. I think we gel really well as a team, and I think we're going to be able to compete really well when it's game time. So practice has been fun, scrimmages have been great, but when the lights turn on, I think it's going to be really fun.
Jake, you grew up in Louisiana, so it's been kind of living the dream for you, right? I mean, who did you grow up watching?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I was in a LSU jersey before I knew how to walk, I think. So I just growing up watching the old teams, watching like when Maneri was here, and they had like guys like DJ LeMahieu, and Antoine Duplantis, like all those different guys just out there running around. I knew growing up I kind of wanted to be Jared Poche just because I was a left-handed pitcher coming in, but I also played outfield, so I loved Antoine Duplantis, loved like Greg Dykman. So all that stuff, just being able to watch those guys play the game and being able to learn from them, and now I'm here finally being able to live it out. My parents, this is almost more of a dream for them than it is for me, just because I know they're super excited to see me be able to chase what I've been chasing my whole life.
Yeah.
So now that I'm here living it out, it's all I can do is enjoy it.
And Monster, you grew up in New Mexico, right? So Alex Bregman from your area as well, right?
Yeah, he's 3 hours up north. Grew up, born and raised there, and Jay recruited me at Arizona, and I told him no, I wanted to get out of there, wanted to get away from home, and I committed to Maneri. I stayed here, and it's been the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah. What is it about Louisiana?
Just the culture of people. They're so caring and loving, and they'll accept you with open arms, and that's kind of never really had that back home. So it's awesome to see, and the support they give you. And they'll give you the shirts off their back.
Yeah, and Derek, you came all the way from California, so it's a lot different than California, Louisiana.
It is, but honestly, this feels like home now. Alex Box is our home. We're here all the hours of the day. I live about 500 feet away from here. This is home. My parents come here all the time. I honestly always tell people, like, I've never really gotten homesick because of how much my parents come over here. And this is where I'm meant to be, and this is where God's placed me. So I love Alex Box Stadium, I love Louisiana, and I love Baton Rouge.
And your faith obviously has kept you grounded.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it almost seems like watching you, whatever you do, it's almost like I didn't do that. Somebody else helped me do that.
Absolutely. I'm upward focused and not inward focused. As human beings, that's hard to do. We always want to give ourselves the credit and always point to me. But for me, the biggest thing that I face is I just want to point everything up to God and up to Jesus, my Lord and Savior. And a lot of our guys are like that. A lot of our guys on our team are like that, and we have Bible studies with Mr. Charlie, and we pray before every game, and it just means a lot to have a group of guys who are very like-minded and know why we're playing and know who we're playing for.
Derek, just looking at you from interviewing you on the field after you won the national championship, I can tell you've bulked up a bit.
A little bit.
Bigger.
A little bit, yeah. That was my goal this offseason.
Yeah, well, I think last year they listed you at 182. Now you're 192, so you put on about 10 pounds or so?
Yeah, about. Bigger, faster, stronger. The biggest thing was kind of my get-out speed. I wanted to be able to take off from the box a little bit earlier, from a standstill stance when I'm stealing, a little bit faster, track some better balls in the outfield and do all that stuff. And hopefully for more power. I really can't control that, but hopefully that comes too.
How did you step in as a freshman? I sometimes joked, does this guy even know he's at LSU? Because you just stepped in. A lot of people, the pressure gets to them. It seemed like you were steady the whole time and delivered.
For sure. Having a still heartbeat, I think, is a huge thing in baseball. Slowing the game down, not letting it speed up on you. And I know I'm here. I'm here to play for God, to play for my family, and to play for the LSU Tigers. So I'm very grateful for that opportunity. And when I get out on the field, it's game time. We work hard all off season. We work hard during practice. And so when I get out there on the field, I feel like a kid, and it's just time to play ball.
Stephen, I spoke to Cade Beloso the other day. He spoke so highly of you, said playing shortstop at LSU, it's a big deal. A lot of eyes on you, a lot of greats that played there, Alex Bregman, Austin Nola, you can go on and on. How do you approach that position?
Yeah, just take it day by day and just have fun and kind of look around and see where I'm at and, you know, what it took to get here and, you know, how I've been doubted my whole life and, you know, now I'm here and, you know, trying to make the most of it and, you know, put another national championship on that board.
Yeah, I remember you celebrating in front of that statue there in Omaha with your teammates and such a great moment. When you win it all and you get that feeling, how much does that drive you to feel it again?
It's like you're climbing a mountain and, you know, you got to climb another one. It's the adrenaline rush, you know, I remember the 8 a.m. lifts that we had in the fall and, you know, all of us being together all the time, you know, getting swept at Auburn to, you know, get into the top, it's awesome. And, you know, that's why you play the game and you want to keep winning.
Jake, how would you describe the way this guy carries himself? He carries himself like he's 7 feet tall, right?
Yeah, I mean, him and a lot of other people that we have on this team just walk around like they're big leaguers, which I think is something that's really huge, especially him being here for 3 years, leading some underclassmen, them being able to see the way he operates, the way he carries himself in the weight room, in the cages, in the locker room. It's something that's going to rub off on those guys and only make them better players.
What's the balance, Jake, between respecting your opponent, but then also there's this, hey, we're LSU. We expect to win. We expect to dominate. That's the tradition here. Mm-hmm. How much swagger do you balance in with the, okay, respect the opponent?
Yeah, I mean, definitely you have to respect everybody that you play. Just that's the game of baseball. You have to respect the game. You have to respect the opponent. At the end of the day, like, we're here to win. We pride ourselves in the competitiveness in practice every day. That's going to lead us to being able to compete at the highest level. So at the end of the day, yes, respect your opponent, but at the end of the day, when we cross the white lines, we're going out there to compete and to win.
Yeah. The leadership here, Jay Johnson, the head coach. I don't think anybody could have created a coach in a lab better than what you have here. Somebody told me when your leader is your hardest worker, that makes all the difference in the world because you always know he's in the boat with you. It's not just shouting a bunch of things that he's not doing himself, right? So just tell me about being coached by him and the leadership he provides.
You know, he's an amazing guy, has a great character, good background of baseball, and, you know, he wouldn't make us do anything that he wouldn't. You know, he's here all hours of the night. He doesn't leave. I don't think he ever stays at his house often. But, you know, he knows how to motivate you. He knows how to get you going. He knows how to simplify the game. He's, you know, been around a lot of great baseball and great players, and, you know, he wants the best for you on and off the field and wants to make you the best human you can possibly be.
I agree. He talks a lot that his goal as the coach of LSU baseball is to not only lead a team of great baseball players, but of great men. And having him as a role model, having him as somebody that's there at the forefront of this thing is definitely huge because you see it the way that it's done every single day. You know what's expected of you by how the way he operates. And so just trying to follow that up, trying to be as dedicated and committed to this game as he is, will only bring success not only on the field but also off the field.
Derek, you've had a relationship with Coach for a long time, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Coach Johnson's a very focused individual, probably the most focused individual I've ever met in my life. And like Jake said, he wouldn't tell us to do something that he wouldn't do. And he's just kind of right there in the boat with us all the time. And he loves this game, he lives this game, and it's in his blood. So playing for him is the best experience of my life so far.
What about the assistant coaches and what they provide? Obviously, Jay's in charge, but if the assistants aren't good assistants, it doesn't work either, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the best thing about our coaching staff is the availability. Like Chief and Simpson are always down there ready to hit. Ben DePolt's always down there as our grad assistant, or was a grad assistant. Now he's a director of offense, and just guys are always there to do anything. JJ, you could text him any single day and he'll roll out there and throw BP to you. He'll help you. These are guys that not are just mentors in life, but mentors on the field, and guys that really are always there for you, and that's all you can ask out of them.
And Jay, we know this is LSU. We know there's a standard to live up to, but he's not a shouter. He doesn't berate people. How does he deliver tough love to make you improve?
He tells you what you don't want to hear sometimes, and, you know, it's not personal. It's just he wants what's best for you, and, You know, he knows how to get the point across, and he just knows how to push you and how to get you better without, I would say, hurting your feelings. Even though sometimes he has to, but
Yeah.
you know, he'll let you know. But it's all love from Coach.
I agree. A large part of this thing is accountability. And so having him not necessarily having to yell at you or raise his voice or cuss you out, even though he will if it gets to that point, like he knows how to lead a team. But it's just the accountability to where you can go to a guy and he can deliver the honest truth. And on the same hand, it's the player being able to accept that, being able to take in what he's saying and not get all up in his feelings about it, but use it to learn and get better, because you know at the end of the day, that's all that coach wants.
Baseball is fascinating to me because it's the sport of failure, right? The best in the game is out 7 out of 10 times. I looked it up. The national championship teams here lost an average of 16 games a year. So that's 16 times that you didn't feel great that day, but still were the best in the sport. So how do you grind through day to day, knowing that sometimes maybe in the eyes of fans there might be a mini crisis along the way, or a point where people on local radio are saying this team ain't got it, and then you prove at the end of the day you do have it?
Yeah, our whole focus on this year is being all in on now. And what that means is holding the standard, honoring the process, and what that comes down to is showing up to the field the most prepared to win every day. Regardless of the success in the past, regardless of the failure in the past, you're focused on being there that day. And that's the only way that you can deal with losses, you can deal with the swings of the game, and really that you can deal with success, because if you go out there and sweep a team on the weekend and show up not ready to play on a Tuesday, any of these teams can come out there and beat you. So it's just being all in on now, focused on what the job at hand is.
Yeah. Sometimes people locally say that midweek games don't matter. If you win all your SEC games, you'll be a national seed, it doesn't matter. But Jay has said if he loses one, he's staring at the moon at 2 in the morning, right? So the playoff approach, right? The one-game playoff, you know, I can see on the schedule that you're going to play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but how do you, in your mind, go on Friday and kind of approach it as that one-game playoff?
Simplifying it. It's making everything, you know, just one pitch at a time, one game at a time, and you know, you're not getting too far ahead of yourself. You're not worried about the past. You're not worried about what's coming in 2 months. You're just focused on the present and executing your job then and there. And that it helps a lot of guys out more than you think it would, and keeps the team focused and keeps us together and, you know, wanting to win and all pushing towards one goal.
I agree, and I don't think that just helps you on the Friday night game. I think down the road when you're playing in Omaha and you're playing a game where it's the biggest stakes, you're in front of the largest crowd, it's the same game that you've been playing the entire season, because you treat every game the same. Treat every game like it's game 7. And so that's why I think we were so successful last year in those tight games deep in Omaha, where we're trailing Arkansas, we're trailing UCLA. It's just because we're used to it. We're used to being where our feet are and just completely honing in on the present.
Yeah, and you had a big World Series. Is it? I would imagine it's kind of hard in front of 25,000 to treat it the same as maybe a midweek game. But did that help you along the way? That hey, this game I'm in, although maybe I know it's bigger than any other, is not bigger than playing somebody at the box on a Tuesday or Wednesday?
100%. At the end of the day, I mean, since travel ball, when we're 13 years old, you're playing and the mound is 60 foot 6 inches and the bases are 90 feet apart. So at the end of the day, it's the same ball game. There's just more people watching.
Yeah. What does it mean to be an LSU baseball player? When you go out in public, when you maybe stop to fill up on gas or go to the grocery store and people come up to you, you can probably sense how much pride they take in this and how much pride they take in you, and you not wanting to, I guess, let anybody down, not put too much pressure on yourself, but at the same time be a good citizen, be a good person, right?
There's a lot of tradition, a lot of pride in being an LSU Tiger. I'm from California, didn't know much about SEC baseball, didn't know much about being a Tiger, and the last year and a half of my life has been the best year and a half of my life. This means the world to me, to put on that Tiger uniform every day and compete with these guys, compete with Coach Johnson. Means the world, and the fans, they're in it as much as we are, so it makes it that much more meaningful.
When I said be a good citizen or be a good person, you all looked at Derek, so I guess that shows you're living right, Derek.
Yeah, he's doing everything the right way. That's where he is.
Yeah, setting the example. I guess we can ask this question any year, but it's always relevant. Playing at the box, playing at Ellick Box Stadium, how magical is that? How much does that lift you off your feet when you're out there and you have a crowd behind you?
It's unreal. There's nothing like it. I mean, just rolling out there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even on Tuesday night games where it's packed. It's just having the Louisiana faithful behind you, knowing that with them behind us, it's almost like we have 20 people on the field instead of 9. It's like I know opposing teams can really feel that, and just being out there in front of those people every day, coming and supporting what will be another great LSU Tigers team is something that we're all looking forward to.
And last year, it seemed like the theme of the year was after midnight because there were so many games, right, that went extra innings and the people stayed in the stands, right, and were there with you to the end. It was pretty magical stuff to watch last year.
Oh, 100%. It almost felt like the fans got better as the game got later. I know the prices of drinks are probably expensive here, but I don't think they cared. They were there to watch good baseball, and they were getting after it, and they were rowdy, and it only helped us.
And your fans when they take over Omaha, too. This is special, right? This is, as the song says, somewhere in middle America. You know, this is a long way away from Baton Rouge, but all these fans from across the nation descend on Omaha, Nebraska, and in a 25,000-seat stadium, it feels like there's 23,000 people wearing purple and gold.
No, 100%.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you just that adrenaline rush you get as soon as the national anthem's over and they yell Tigers. I mean, you know, you're ready to go, and you know, you got all those guys behind your back, and you're going to go beat somebody. Let's
talk about this year's team a little bit. Obviously, the three of you are big. Chris Stanfield's back. And then Case and Evans on the mound. Who are some other, let's just maybe talk about returners that have been part of this in the past that we're looking to lead this team again this year?
I think William Schmidt looks great. He's made a big improvement from this year to last year. I mean, from last year to this year. He's been very focused this offseason. He looks great. Maverick Rizzi looks great. Cooper Williams. I know I'm talking about our pitching staff, but I think we're going to have the best pitching staff in the country. We've had some trouble facing them this offseason, but it's making us better, and I think we're going to be ready when game time comes.
William, when he was at Catholic High, the conversation was, well, this guy's way too good. He's not going to go to college. He's going to go straight to the majors. And then when he comes to LSU, some people expect, well, he's going to go 15-0 and have an ERA of 1 or something. But Coach pointed out, hey, for a freshman, pretty good, pretty solid job.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of it gets overlooked just because of the talent of our team last year, but William Schmidt had an undefeated record, and that's something that a lot of people forget about. And so having him back, having the experience, him rolling out there and starting a bunch of games for us in midweeks, that's only going to help him this year on top of the talent that he's developed, the mentality that he's got. He's going to be a really good addition to what was already a great team.
Newcomers. So Zach York. So we got video of this guy like scoring from second base in Biloxi. It was a sight to see. Big man can move, huh?
Yeah.
He can move a little bit.
The funny thing about Zach is that everyone looks at him and they're like, oh, this dude's going to come here and hit 30 home runs. But the thing about him is he's a really scrappy ball player. Like at the end of the day, he's almost what LSU represents, just that grittiness, toughness, tough at bats, and he's going to be really good. And I'm excited to see how the season goes for him.
Yeah. Who were some other newcomers? Obviously, Caraway from Oregon State, right? He had a big postseason for them, hitting the clutch for the Beavers a year ago.
Yeah, he's another guy that's going to be really good. Like I said, the sky is the absolute limit for him. Like, I don't even know if that defines it. The kid can be as good as he wants to be, but he's all the talent in the world, and I'm excited to see how he performs out here.
Yeah. Monster, who's catching your eye? New players.
We got Braden Simpson from High Point. I think he's going to be a really tough out, and hit a lot of homers for us this year. Seth Dardar is going to be a tough at bat again and hit a lot of homers for us and run good at bats. I mean, I think we got a lot of good baseball players that just know the game, and they've had a lot of college at bats, and you know what you're getting out of them. Another one is freshman Mason Brown. He's been putting together really good at bats and just been a tough out, just hitting the ball hard all over the yard, and that's what a real hitter is.
Embracing the process too, right? Like, every day is not going to be a thrilling day. Every day is not going to be, fantastic. It's about embracing the process. Winning is boring sometimes in terms of, right, I have to do the weights, I have to run, I have to get in the cage, the work ethic.
Yeah, we actually watched a video about Kobe Bryant, and he was talking about some reporter came and watched his practice and then said the next day he wanted to be there for Kobe's private workout at 5 in the morning. So the interviewer said that he wanted to try to pull a fast one on Kobe, like wanted to impress him. So he showed up at 4:30 to try to beat Kobe in the gym. And when he got there, the lights were already on. He heard bouncing of the basketball. And he said he got in there and Kobe was doing nothing but the basics. It was like standard, like mid-range jump shots. It was the annoying layups. Just falling in love with the basics is really what separates the good players from the great. And I think that if any of us could try to have any type of similar career to Kobe Bryant, we would all take that. As far as mentality, as far as play, as far as skill, and that's the standard. I mean, when you want to be one of the greats, you have to act like it, and that's falling in love with the basics.
Yeah. Social media too. I mean, you can go either way with that in a negative fashion. If you hit a game-running home run, you can maybe read all the great things about you and then strike out 4 times the next day if you're not locked in, right? And likewise, people without even a face on there, if you strike out 4 times, can say you're the worst thing that's ever happened to baseball. So how do you deal with that stuff? Because you are kind of pressured to create a brand and to be relevant in that aspect, but then you don't want to lean too much into it.
Yeah, I would say just you don't let the outside noise affect you. We're a team of 38, and the coaching staff, and the outside noise doesn't affect us, and it doesn't bother us. It doesn't make the lineups. It doesn't have any bearing on this team. And just having to trust each other and falling in love with the process, like Jake said, and committing to that. And one day you can reach the highs, and one day you're at the lows, and just not riding that roller coaster and just having it one pitch at a time.
You guys like day games to start the season when it's a little nippy out there? Got a lot of day games.
As long as it's warm.
Yeah. Honestly, the big thing for me is just going out there and playing. Like, we don't control what time the games are. We don't control none of that. It's just when the umpire says play ball, we're more ready to go than the other team.
Yeah, because early in the season, you got some of those games where it might be 35 degrees, the wind will be gusting. It's not springtime and 75, 80 degrees or whatnot. Some of those games early in the year are kind of difficult to grind through.
Yeah, 100%. But I think it's harder for the other team than it is for us just because of our mentality. We're going to go out there like, you know what? Sure, the weather's not perfect. We don't care. Like, it's at the end of the day, we're here to play 9 innings of ball. If we got to go longer than that, we will. If we can run roll them in fewer than that, we will also.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're just out there playing ball.
All right, well, you had some funny comments at the end of last year about scholar athletes and whatnot. I look it up, and you made all the scholar teams and whatnot. And your mom, I read, is like a retired lawyer. Your dad runs a big-time company or did something like that?
Yeah, my dad was an operations supervisor in an LNG plant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was joking in that press conference, and I think most of the LSU fans knew that I was joking, and then some people in Omaha and all over the place kind of took it out of context. And like at the end of the day, I was just like, "Look, Coach makes it really simple. At the end of the day, that's all he does." And I said that we're not scholars. We are. We had a really good team GPA last year. We're doing good this year. So it's whatever.
What else should I know about this team this year?
There's a lot of pieces. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. It's not just going to be 9 guys winning a ball game. Coach Johnson says that all the time. Sometimes it's going to take 15 of us. Sometimes it's going to be 6 guys out of the bullpen. We'll never know, but I just know that we have a lot of talent. The coaches recruited a bunch of great players here, and we're all brothers. So it's going to be a team of 38, like Monster said, out there playing every game.
Tell me about your parents. Tell me about your family. Like, they're an extension of this. Obviously, they're a big part of it. And to see, over the years, go travel to Omaha, see the teams win, and then see the joy on the faces of the parents in the stands and whatnot. How big is that? How big is that to you guys?
It's huge. I mean, our 3 moms were here at the women's clinic. Monster's mom's from New Mexico, my mom's from California, Jake's mom's from Lake Charles. But they all made the effort to come out here. I think that just speaks to who our parents are as people. They're here to support us. They're here to support the Tigers, and they're here every game. I know our 3 moms don't miss a game. Monster's grandma comes too. My parents are here. Jake Brown's parents are here. So it's everyone. We're all in. That's our motto for this team, but our parents are also in that as well.
Well, guys, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for visiting with us. Derek Curiel, Stephen Monster Milam, and Jake Brown, 3 vital pieces of the LSU 2025 National Championship team, and hopefully another one in 2026. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.